Ringside, you're back, fans, and we're back with the second hour of the RWL 11th Annual Helloween Brawl. And man, oh man alive, this next block is set to be as exciting as the first. We've got for big matches this hour, and 3 of them have championship implications.
Coming up, there's gonna be a 6-woman tag match between the Future Endeavored and Les Femmes Fatales. Also, the Snarl Tag Team titles will be defended with the Psychedelics. Facing the challengers, the Heart Foundation, and those lousy sectarians, the Disciples of Darkness, challenging power and beauty for the Women's World Tag Team belts.
And while all that's waiting to happen, we're starting this hour with the Cruiserweight Championship match between Tommy Wilcox and the prototype Gary Galaxy. First, let's have a look at how that happened in the 3-way contenders match at the last edition of
Puts on the brakes. Here's a kick. Here's a different rebound off the ropes. A knee to the head, another rebound, and a clothesline takes Tony down. Elva Gigante is non-compass menace as Wilcox goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3, and this one is all over. Tommy Wilcox picking up the win by pinfall. The Cocoa Beach Wonderkin, not unlike his tag team partner Oliver Hollywood, picking up a win here, and he will be facing the prototype Gary Galaxy next week at Helloween Brawl for the RWL Cruiserweight Championship. And there you see.
Be real with you, Tommy Wilcox. You know what it means to be a title holder in our WL. You've been there before, and you're there now with Ollie Wood. You know, I used to have a different attitude about even being a champion when I first got the Cruiserweight title, but I've wised up about it over time. That's why I'm not gonna lose tonight. It's why you're not gonna be a double champion at my expense, and why I'm going home with that Cruiserweight belt after the smoke clears. Let me be straight with you, Tom. I respect you. You're good at what you do, but I just happen to be that much better.
Well, there you have it. Gary Galaxy drawing the line in the sand to Tommy Wilcox as the Cocoa Beach Wonderkin prepares to challenge the prototype Gary Galaxy for the RWL Cruiserweight Championship. Let's see what happens when the smoke clears, as he said.
The next match is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, and it is for the RWL Cruiserweight Championship.
And here they are now, the Fairfield Fox and Fire! Fairfield Fox, Faye Crawford, and Tommy Wilcox, one half of the Rage Tag Team Champions. Oliver Hollywood, not here this evening, so I don't know who the hell he's motioning to. But nonetheless, Faye Crawford and Tommy Wilcox making their way down to the ring, getting ready to face the prototype Gary Galaxy for the RWL Cruiserweight Championship. And it's a big deal, because if Wilcox wins, he's going to be a double champion, and Gary Galaxy will be out in cold.
This could be a tough one for Gary, as Tommy's keen to earn dual championship status, and he's not allergic to gold in any way. Current tag champion, former Snarl TV champion, and he's every bit as fast and on the same level with Gary when it comes to aerial moves and high-risk maneuvers.
So what's the stronghold spin on this one, GB?
You heard the man Wally. Gary's on a mission to retain the belt and to not make the stronghold look bad, especially when power and beauty also have their belts on the line tonight against the Disciples of Darkness. It's a high-pressure night for the stronghold for sure.
You know, I got tons of respect for Tommy Wilcox. I think he's fantastic. But I also think he's not going to become Cruiserweight champion tonight. You can ask me why, and I'll tell you. I don't know if you guys have been keeping score, but it's been 2 years since Gary Galaxy took that Cruiserweight title from Scotty Priest, and nobody's been able to get it away from him yet.
No, you can't argue with logic like that, Marin. And add to the mix, Tommy Wilcox is part of the Stronghold. Part of the Stronghold means you're one of the winningest wrestlers in this company, managed by Sylvia Strong.
It is true, Sylvia Strong pushes all of her wrestlers very hard, but that might be a key reason as to why so many of them are holding championship gold and holding it for so long a time.
I know you folks will say I'm partial because Sylvia and I are an item, but you'd only be about half right. I've got a genuine admiration for the Stronghold's success rate when you're managing not just one or two, but 3 championship tag teams. In addition to singles title holders like Big Jake Blackwell. Well, it's just hard to argue with success. I hear a lot about how MJ Ferrantino and his stable are moving up, and how Ferrantino might even make Manager of the Year for 2025. But in my estimation, the Stronghold's just that much more successful.
Of course, Mr. Case.
Introducing first the challenger, accompanied by the Fairfield Fox Faye Crawford from Cocoa Beach, Florida, weighing 223 pounds. He's the Cocoa Beach wonderkind, Tommy Wilcox. His opponent accompanied by Sylvia Strong from Chesapeake, Virginia, weighing 198 pounds. The RWL Cruiserweight Champion, the prototype, Gary Galaxy.
Looks like it's going to be up to Gary to hold the line against Tommy Wilcox in this title matchup. Everybody's ready to go. Willie Johnson rings the bell. They come center ring. They lock it up, collar and elbow. Gary Galaxy catches some elbows to the midsection from Tommy Wilcox. Wilcox locks it up. Whoa! Hurricane Rana. Wow, nicely done. Gary quickly counters him. Goes right into an abdominal stretch. As I said, he's not going to get a tap out that way, but he'll definitely wear out those muscles. Wilcox counters. Drops Gary right on his head. Running kick. Takes Galaxy down. A hard overhand right from Wilcox. A counter from Galaxy. Gary whips Wilcox out on the apron. A hard right hand. Another. Wilcox won't go down. Wilcox counters with a forearm, gets himself back inside the ring. A chop, a kick, another kick, and look at this. Whoa! Gut wrench powerbomb from the prototype. Gary Galaxy beating ahead of Tommy Wilcox against the canvas. Gary, look at this. Displaying some serious confidence here. Wilcox has rolled to the outside. The referee's already counting him. Gary goes on out after him. Gary Galaxy with a nasty neck breaker to Tommy Wilcox. Wilcox trying to stand himself back up, counters with an elbow to Gary. Locks him up. It's into the ring post time with the title on the line. You can play it anytime, even if you're 99. Yeah, I had to. Well, happy Halloween, everybody. Tommy Wilcox has just busted open. Oh, man, did you see that? Over the top rope clothesline to Gary Galaxy. And the Cruiserweight Champion's already busted open and looking like he's having some problems. Tommy Wilcox in control of things at the present time. Wilcox locks up Gary, rolls him inside the ring, follows him on in himself. They lock it up again. And Gary Galaxy smashes his head into the turnbuckle. Wilcox counters with an elbow, finds his way out, locks it up with Gary. Gary counters with elbows of his own, says, no, I'm not going into that corner. Wilcox with a quick counter and a kick to the leg, locks up Gary Galaxy. Escorts him to the ropes. Gary pitched out onto the apron, and what's the... Whoa, man! Well, that was innovative. Huh. Here's a cover. Oh. Just a one. I have never seen anyone do that before. Wow. Tommy Wilcox with some new tricks this evening. Gary Galaxy misses with that drop kick. Wilcox with a couple of rights, a left, and an uppercut. Takes Gary down to the mat. He rolls to the outside for a quick reset. Gets a hold of Wilcox. Whips him to the ropes. Ooh, man. Spin kick. Takes Wilcox down. Quickly back up, though. Oh, man. Nasty spine buster. From Gary Galaxy. Here's a cover and a hook of the leg. 1, 2. Well, we did say this one's going to be intense. Gary Galaxy caught from behind by Wilcox. A hard shot to the back. Wilcox whips him to the ropes. Makes the duck under. Spinning elbow. Takes Gary down. Wilcox covers again. 1, 2. Gary gets the right shoulder up. There's a slap across the face from Wilcox. Wilcox gets a hold of the trunks. Vertical suplex to Gary Galaxy. Again, the Cruiserweight Championship on the line in this matchup. Gary charges and, oh man, a crossbody that takes them both to the outside. Running kick to the face of Gary Galaxy from Tommy Wilcox. Wilcox sets it up. There's a stomp to the face from the Cruiserweight Champ. Gary puts on the brakes on the kick, delivers an elbow to the leg. Goes around on Gary. Wilcox catches a nasty shot to the back of the head on the floor. He may be knocked out. Gary Galaxy switching things around here. He is in control of the match at this point. Drives a knee into the arm of Tommy Wilcox. Well, Wilcox started out strong, but he is starting to fade fast at this point. Galaxy rolls him back inside the ring. And here he comes. Wilcox just about back to a standing position here. Gary Galaxy with another whip to the ropes of Wilcox. And, oh man, a tilt-a-whirl neck breaker and a half right there. There's a cover. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, Gary Galaxy retains the Cruiserweight title in this matchup.
Time was 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Your winner and still our WL Cruiserweight Champion, Gary Galaxy.
Well, Gary may have a few extra battle scars after this encounter with Tommy Wilcox, but he's also going home with the RWL Cruiserweight Championship. What an intense matchup, and look at this finisher right here. Put Tommy Wilcox lights out for sure. What a win for the Gary Galaxy and the Stronghold. We'll be back with more Helloween Brawl when we return right after these important words.